video from PremPods. A long-awaited video for us.
Yeah.
International break has felt like ages this time.
Very long.
I think it's probably just, I'm excited to get these games back up and running again.
Mm-hmm.
See how our teams get on.
That's it.
Because it's going to be a long last 8 or 9 games for a lot
It's going to be fun.
of fans. But yeah, first game we've got 12:30 kickoff on Saturday. Newcastle at home against West Ham. I'll let you kick us off, mate.
I am going to go with a Newcastle win at home. Just based on the fact that they're decent at home, mate. And they should actually do well.
Yeah.
I'm seeing a lot of rested players. People probably haven't played that much for their international teams. Even if they have, it's probably just been friendly, so they're not actually going Premier League speed.
Yeah.
So I think Newcastle to win it 2-1.
Bosh.
Simple.
Yeah, I mean, I've also gone with a Newcastle win. This game's thrown up quite a lot of goals over the past few fixtures that they've had, the last 4 especially. I've gone with 3-2.
Bosh.
I think it could be a back and forth game. 12:30s are always a bit hit and miss.
Yeah,
You would always kind of say at this moment in time, despite Newcastle being 10th and West Ham 7th, that Newcastle at home should just be a comfortable win against West Ham. But it doesn't always work out like that. And they are quite closely matched, more than people would think, in my opinion. But yeah, I'm still going with Newcastle win because at home that's kind of what is keeping their season somewhat alive compared to last season. Finishing in the Champions League places, getting into the Champions League, obviously it's a lot more games, so you're going to have more injuries and whatever else. But they're now 10th. So everyone was talking about Newcastle.
Champions League.
They're going to be Champions League again.
Yeah.
They're going to be top 4 again. It's not that easy, especially when you're playing loads more games. And Newcastle haven't been doing that for as long as I can remember. Consistently playing European games. Those 6 extra games in the group stages can be a lot. Added with your FA Cup, etc. But yeah, I'm still going Newcastle anyway.
Fair enough, mate. What's the next one?
Bournemouth against Everton. Bournemouth at home. I'm going to go with a 1-1 here.
Bosh.
1-1.
Yeah. I do think if Bournemouth do turn it on, they can score goals against Everton. I'm just always unsure. Again, I've always said I'm not good at picking Everton fixtures. I never know which Everton team's going to turn up.
They are hard to guess, man.
You know, they're a consistent Premier League team, more so than Bournemouth had for at least 50 odd years, whatever, for ages now. They're one of the teams I don't think that have been relegated.
No.
Something like that. So
It might not be.
yeah,
Probably.
they could turn up and show that they're still about. They
Nah.
can still put these teams to the sword and make it a difficult game, make it a game that they want it to be. But yeah, I'm not set on these on Everton fixtures as a whole, and this one especially. So 1-1, just sitting on the fence.
I've gone 2-0 Bournemouth.
Bosh.
Just because I think the way they move the ball in and around the box quickly, Dominic Solanke gets like some dodgy finishes, but he's there, isn't it? He's in the right place, so he just knocks the ball in.
Yeah.
And that's what you got to do when you're number 9. So I don't think you can ask much more from him recently.
And that is exactly what Everton's number 9 is not doing.
Well, yeah.
You know what I mean? So the comparison is there is none. There is kind of a comparison in the type of player, I guess, that they are. But Solanke is just way clear of him now. I mean, it's not even close for me.
Not at all, mate.
But yeah, again, a game I wouldn't like to call too much. So
Everton are inconsistent, so I understand why it's hard to call.
yeah. Moving on, Chelsea against Burnley. This is another game where I feel like I do think Chelsea should put them away.
Yeah, definitely.
I
Chelsea, they're coming into their form now as well. They're doing well, they're alright, and they're good. They've got a good little outfit there.
Yeah. These first few games are always a bit dodgy. There is going to be a few dodgy fixtures, I think, in this and results in this because of international break, and some teams don't have as many players that are going away and whatever else. Some teams have players that are travelling miles away as well, and it's not just like the English players going to Wembley or you know what I mean.
True.
So it can always be a bit dodgy this first week back, but I'm still pretty confident in Chelsea. I've gone with 4-1.
Bosh.
4-1.
I think it could be a week where they might actually just be able to click straight away, put it all together because they create a lot of chances and they get in good positions.
Very true.
But sometimes they just don't take them. So they could have one of their games that just everything goes right.
No. I'm definitely backing Chelsea this one. I've said 3-1 Chelsea.
Bosh.
Yeah.
I've given Burnley a goal just to be nice.
I think it's possible.
They probably, Chelsea do sometimes have a little dodgy decision in them.
Yeah, a silly mistake. Or
Goalkeeper. So 3-1 to Chelsea, mate. I think they should definitely be strong enough. Cole Palmer coming into his own. Jackson's actually scoring goals now. Yeah. Same thing, bumbling them in, but scoring.
Doesn't matter. People don't care when they look at that.
Nope.
The number.
This is it.
You know what I mean?
Just says Jackson and 71 or whatever the hell he scored. That's all that matters.
Exactly. Yeah.
In fact, it doesn't even matter when he scored. He just scored.
No, yeah, exactly.
He's just scored. That's it.
Every Premier League goal seems to be worth quite a lot of money in some way or another. You know what I mean? Especially if you're winning games 2-1 and he scores the goal.
Yeah.
It's kind of like you quickly. See, it's similar to like Havertz in a way where you could end up quickly paying back your fee because of the games that you're winning and the game-winning goals that you're getting.
Yeah, it's true. It's very true.
But yeah, both confident on Chelsea.
Yeah.
Sorry, Burnley, but no, not a lot to be said about that one. Forest against Palace is the next one. This is another dodgy game. I'll let you tell me what you think.
I've gone Desmond.
Yeah.
I've actually gone Desmond.
Yeah.
I've said 2-2. They're just looking like a complete stalemate when I look at it. There's just... It might even be 0-0.
It could be.
But I just think 2-2 because I think there will... Like I say, there's games like that where teams, even though they might be on a bad run or they haven't scored loads of goals over the season, when you're playing against a similar sort of side to you, where like you're near each other...
Yeah.
Forest are doing a lot better though than I would have thought, to be fair. So I should probably not actually giving them the credit that they deserve. But 2-2 just because Palace, I think they'll just keep. If Forest score, Palace will score. They'll just keep keeping each other back in it. It'll just be pegged back. That's what I think.
I do agree with that as well. I mean, Forest now in the bottom three because of the points deduction.
Mm-hmm.
So that's got to be all the motivation you need to go and, especially like we always say. Your home form for these teams that are in the relegation, that is kind of sometimes what separates you from the others that are in it.
It's true.
And this is a game they could win. They could very well win. Yeah. With the way that they set up, Palace should have more quality if the quality plays.
Yes.
That's one thing. They can have moments of brilliance, but also Forest have kind
of
got that as
Forest,
well. They have got that a bit. I've gone with a draw, same as you. I've gone 1-1.
Bosh.
Historically, it's not. Forest haven't lost to Palace in a few games now, like 7 games or
Fair
something.
enough.
That could be all comps, but
we're on the fence. I'm on the fence. I would have went for Forest if anything. But we're on the fence.
The points deduction is going to be a kick up the backside, that's for sure. So we'll see. They're going to have to turn it on at some point, and it's going to be unfortunate whoever does go down this year, because Burnley and Sheffield United kind of haven't shown themselves too much in a good light, whereas the other teams that are in the battle have
definitely.
Especially with these points deductions.
Definitely.
But yeah, we'll move on to Sheffield United.
There you go.
Sheffield United are hosting Fulham.
What do you think, mate? What's going to actually happen? Are they actually going to have some bottle?
I'm going with 3-1 Fulham.
Bosh.
I'm going with 3-1 Fulham. They're putting some good performances, Fulham, innit?
Yeah. Very good performances against great teams. Beat Spurs, beat us.
Yeah, exact 3-0 last time out. I don't know where that came from. I don't think anyone.
United, no?
Saw that. Yeah, they beat United as well. Had a good game against us. I was unlucky in that game as well, to be fair. They should show their Premier League level for me. That's just the only difference. That's just all I'm looking at it as, isn't it? Fulham are safe.
They are.
Easily this season. They're now close to Chelsea, So Fulham could still end up in the top half this season, especially if you've got these type of games. I mean, you should be beating Sheffield United. It's as simple as that. They already look like a beaten team.
Yeah.
So you've got to put them to the sword. This is where you get your goal difference up and stuff like that. It sounds bad and it might be a bit disrespectful, but that's just how it is at this point.
That's how it looks from Sheffield United. That's how they're playing. Like all their players look like they're they're trying not to concede and they are trying to score. They just don't look good enough.
Yeah, it's not for the one. It's not for
they're trying,
an effort thing or anything like that.
They're
or
trying.
an application thing. Just sometimes you're just not good enough, and you haven't made that many additions to show yourself as Premier League level.
It happens.
But the thing is with these teams as well, Sheffield United, they might go down next year and be right up in the promotion
Again,
shout in the Championship and look like one of the best teams.
Yeah.
So it's
possible.
It's weird, man. It's weird.
I've gone 4-1 Fulham.
Bosh.
I think I'll dispatch these lot. There's been a lot of times when I haven't given Fulham the credit that they deserve. And now I'm actually giving it to them. So I'm going to go 4-1 Fulham. They'll probably let me down.
This is
but
the
there
week
you go.
Sheffield United will pull a result out of their back pocket somehow. But yeah, I mean, minus 50 goal difference.
Wild. Absolutely wild.
14 points, 28 games.
Wild.
But yeah, anyway, Spurs against Luton is the next one. More of an intriguing fixture for sure. Luton, I would say Luton have more of a chance to get something from Spurs than Sheffield United do against Fulham.
Definitely.
In my humble opinion.
Yeah, definitely.
Just at this stage because of where they're at.
Definitely.
And Luton are very much fighting for their lives as well, really. So they're going to have to start putting some results together. I still do think Spurs will be good enough and they'll show that. I've gone with 3-1.
Bosh.
Luton can be a problem for teams. They can cause teams a lot of problems on set pieces and just their persistence to just keep trying. They should have got a result from the reverse fixture. They had
done very well.
Spurs had a red card in the first half, and then you're playing against 10 men for 45 minutes. Spurs held on. And I think Luton would be kicking themselves not to get something from that game.
Definitely.
But yeah, they might be out for some vengeance, but I still do. I'm confident with Spurs, especially the 3-0 battering last time out. That's you got to correct that. You're back at home.
Yeah, they have to.
Why they not at home against Fulham?
It might have been.
Even still, you got to correct it.
Possibly.
Wherever it was, you have to correct that because that doesn't show where you want to be at.
Nah, definitely not. Definitely not.
But yeah, moving on. We're both again confident on Spurs.
No, I didn't even say my score.
Oh, you did say? Sorry.
I said 3-2.
Bosh.
I think the game is going to be like more. I think it'll be closer, shall I say?
Yeah.
But I just think again it'll be one of them games where Luton they get beat at the end or something happens in it. The other team scrapes it and you're just like, oh, you could have actually got something.
Yeah.
And that is what happens when you're in like this type of league where teams are ruthless at the end.
Exactly.
And teams like Tottenham, we've seen it against Brighton and stuff. They just keep going until like the 98th minute. If they can get a goal to nick the game, they will. I think that's how it's going to go. Though Spurs are at home.
I think it's kind of similar. Like I think Luton could even be 1-up.
I don't see why not.
For a decent period, Spurs somehow turn it around to 2-1. Then we're looking at Luton turn the tide, and it could be a 2-2 situation. And then Spurs go up and just kill the game and make it 3-1.
It's very possible.
Something like that in it, but again, we're not fortune tellers. Spurs could just go out there and just
smash them.
Yeah. Interesting game for sure. I like Luton games anyway. They always
they're fun. They put themselves about and they've actually got good quality there as well.
Yeah. Villa against Wolves is the next game. Another interesting game. Another difficult game to pick, but again, kind of I'm going to give them like Newcastle privilege.
Basically.
I do like Wolves. We've said we like Wolves quite a bit this season as well. But I'm going to go 2-1 Villa.
Bosh.
I said the exact same thing, mate.
Bosh.
2-1 Villa at home. I think they'll just get over the line. They might actually just pull out one and beat them 3-1, 4-1, 4-0. But I think Wolves are good enough to actually keep them like within touch.
Exactly. Yeah. Keep them. What's the word? Keep them honest. Keep them honest. Yeah.
Yeah, I think 2-1, mate. Both of us.
Yeah.
That means it's definitely not going to be 2-1. Is what's going to happen.
We could both
could be the first time ever.
We could both be bang on. I could see another kind of disappointing decision against Wolves. Guerrero and Hill fuming again after 90 minutes and saying, look, he took more points than us this season.
Yeah, so, again, he loves that one.
I don't know. But yeah, close game, I think.
Very close. That might be a shock. There might be a shock. That might be a shock.
You just never know in the Premier, really and truly.
That might be the shock.
Especially with these type of fixtures. But yeah, I'm still giving Villa Newcastle privilege We both have gone with 2-1.
2-1, mate.
So we'll move on to Brentford against Manchester United. Brentford are at home. And they've caused problems.
Brentford do
They've caused problems for teams.
a lot of teams' problems.
They're sitting in 15th at the moment this season. They're like, they're a point ahead of Everton. And Everton have got a game in hand. It's like...
They need a win.
They've caused problems, but they haven't got the points to show for it. They've got less than 1 point a game. It's just, it's not good enough from them at all. Obviously, Tony being out for 6 months probably plays a big part in that.
Yeah. But one player to rely on that for so long.
Yeah, I think it's...
Someone has to step up.
Yeah, of course. And Bermo's been injured for quite some time as well.
That's true.
This has been stepping up for me. I've always liked this. He always seems to get himself involved in the action one way or another. This is just the United. It's a 2-1.
What, 2-1 United?
It's a 2-1.
What, are they going to nick it?
Coin flip. I'm going to go with United this time.
2-1 United.
Maybe some momentum from the FA Cup game. Obviously, kind of slowed down by international break, but you still, the last time you was out, you won a good game against a big rival.
Yeah.
Wasn't Premier League, and obviously, this is PremPods, but some of these games do have an impact on momentum and stuff like that, innit?
Definitely.
So I'm going with United 2-1. It's a 2-1 for me.
2-1. I'm going 1-1, mate.
Bosh.
I'm saying Brentford are going to hold them, keep them honest, as you would say. And I just don't think United haven't done enough for me to deserve the results they've got. So now we're at the crunch time.
Yeah.
This happened to us last year. How many times was I saying to you last year, how have we won? And then this time of the season, it comes back to you.
Yeah.
And then you start bottling against rubbish teams, or not rubbish teams, but teams that you should be beating.
Yeah.
Like when you look at United and Brentford, you would say, oh yeah. Like if you know football, you go, oh, United win that. But it ain't that easy anymore, because United are just bottling it.
You're right. I mean, the way they're playing it isn't sustainable, is it? It's just not. They do give up a lot of chances to teams, but they create chances themselves, but they're just not clinical, man. They're just not clinical. They have some weird performances in them. I'm going for United. Just again, for me, it's a coin flip 2-1.
Yeah, they're a history club. Yeah, that's why, because they've got a lot of history behind them.
Yeah,
like they've got that. But yeah, I'm going 1-1 just because I think Brentford could actually nick it as well, But I'm just saying 1-1.
Honestly, it's a coin flip 2-1 for me, literally. Either way. Moving on, Liverpool against Brighton, second last game of the fixture list. Mm-hmm. We're back at home, which is good. We get the what's the word I'm looking for? Sorry.
What's that, mate?
We get the opportunity to play first, just so we can get points on the board before your game.
Oh yeah.
That kind of thing, just for like a mental. Sometimes it can be a mental edge. It might work against us because if we play before and lose,
could do.
Then your game might look a little different.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? You might not. You both might be just thinking that's a big result. Either of us need to win this game. We have to win this game because that puts us kind of clear.
That is true.
Not clear, but again, these type of fixtures are just so big, and it always feels like we know history has shown us that City, in this last stretch of the season, they can just put so many wins together with ease. It seems.
They just put them together now. We know this.
Yeah, and if they beat you, like us or yourselves, obviously we got the draw last time out, which was annoying. But if they beat you, it's kind of like, that's a big mental thing for you lot as well. Honestly, I don't know, man.
I think we have to draw or win to keep it alive.
Well, we're gonna come to the Man City Arsenal game, but Liverpool Brighton. Just again, this is a dodgy one. I was on a rant about
Man City.
us playing first and how that could affect how your game turns out.
Yeah.
I'm going 3-1.
Bosh.
Similar to like the United thing of they're kind of like a 2-1 team at the minute. We can be a 3-1 team. At times with 1-0 down, not a surprise at all. We could go 1-0 down at the first half, maybe get it to 1-1 before half time, and then somehow show quality when we probably haven't shown too much of it in a game. And we've been winning these games.
Yeah,
we've been winning these games. Brighton will have chances.
They will, 100%.
They'll have 100%. Chances. They'll get in behind us. Kelleher's going to have to make one or two one-on-one saves, most likely. and it's just about us taking our chances, basically.
I think you lot are just gonna nick it, mate. Like another game that just it's gonna be a repeat copy and paste job. Like for about 4 of these games.
That's what I'm saying.
People are gonna nick it at the end, and the other team is gonna be crying. It's gonna be 2-1 Liverpool.
Yeah. Okay.
Because
Bosh.
I can say you lot are decent at home, but you just haven't it ain't been the Liverpool at home that I'm used to seeing in it. Goals galore. You say that like it's bit, but you've scored loads of goals in one-off games, and like you've had a 5-0, 4-0, but when teams are a bit closer to you now, you don't tend to smash them. Whereas seasons gone by, you would have smashed some of these teams 4-0, 5-0.
Yeah.
So I'm just gonna go. You lot are gonna nick it.
And Brighton are kind of a weird team for us at times.
Yeah, they're good. They scored a lot of goals at Anfield.
Yeah, they can. I mean, Trossard scored a hat-trick, I think, at Anfield. They beat us, I'm sure, like 3-0 one time, something like that.
Putting in Joe Gomez as Turkey, isn't it?
Oh, yeah, I mean, that was a different one. I think that was maybe 2-1 or something like that. It was a closer game, and they nicked it.
2-1, mate.
But deservedly, in my opinion. They deserve to win that game. That's what I'm saying. You're right. In certain games this season, Fulham, I can think of, Luton as well, they deserve to win the game.
Yeah, 100%. I think
in the performance, but you know.
You lot have got the quality to actually keep stifling that. Like, it don't matter how many mate, that's what I'm saying, it's going to catch up to United. It ain't going to catch up to you lot or City. Yeah. Because you'll just keep running through the gears. Man United ain't got that many gears left.
It's
so
true.
They're going to fall over themselves.
True. But again, we need to.
No, you get the job done. You're winning.
We just get the job done. Again, we was unlucky against City. I feel like to not get all 3 points, but that was our own doing. And
they could have won.
Exactly. They had the chance that they always were going to have at some point, and they could have won it. So, like I said 1-1 for that game anyway. We was like, before the game, I'll just accept that, to be honest.
I'd say that.
But moving on to the last game, biggest game of the game week.
Massive.
Arguably the biggest game of the season for both teams up to this point.
Now we're here.
Exactly, now we're here with the importance of it. Man City at home against Arsenal at the Etihad. You can start us off, mate. You tell me.
Mate, I'm back in my club. I've gone into this week thinking if we get a draw, I'll be happy. But honestly, I still wouldn't be. Because we need to beat these lot. Yeah. They're not invincible.
Technically, you don't.
Well, I'm not saying
you
really
have beat them this season.
We don't have to beat them, but I'm saying in my mind,
yeah,
to actually prove that we can go toe to toe with these lot.
Yeah.
We beat them at home. We need to beat them away because they've done it to us. They've come to our ground, beat us, and then gone back home and done us again. We've got to do it to them this year. I'm saying 3-2 Arsenal. I was stuck on 1-1, 2-2 goal scoring.
Yeah.
That's what it's been at the Etihad with teams from North London this year. I'm hoping the same, that it goes our way. I'm hoping. Because these will always lie about the injuries they've got. Apparently all their 3 centre-backs are injured. They're all going to play. Akanji, Stones and someone else is apparently
injured. This is a game I just don't like. This is a game I don't like at all.
It's going to be so stressful to watch this. But I have to back my club.
Yeah. 3-2.
3-2
I don't think it's going to be a goal fest like that yet.
I don't think so.
I don't know why.
We've both not been leaky.
Like
when
we played each other last, it was at Emirates. It was 1-0 and
that game
it
was so dodgy.
You needed a goal like that for a goal to be scored in that game because it just didn't look like either team was actually going to. And you were both kind of like, okay, we're throwing slide jabs here and there, but not willing too much to go for the knockout just in case the other team knocks us out.
Not at all.
But in the end,
dodgy deflection, innit?
But you need these things. You need this type of luck in these games as well to go your way. Again, for me, you just don't lose this game, innit?
Yeah, if you don't lose, that's
you just don't lose this game because at that point, fully it's on you. Fully, City can do 10. They can win 8, 9 games in a row. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, but so do we.
Yeah, but again, it's on you, innit? It's like if City win, then you're fully it's on them to go and win 10 games in a row.
That's why we have to win.
And it's just long, exactly.
That's why I want to win.
Yeah, of course. But this game is hard, man. I'm gonna go 2-2. You know.
2-2. I was stuck on 2-2.
I was literally just saying I don't think it's gonna be too much of a goal scoring game, but these fixtures, man.
We've got goal scorers. Both teams have goal scorers, mate. Foden can score from anywhere. Saka can score from anywhere if they want. It just depends who actually wants to turn up.
I wouldn't be as surprised with a 1-1 either. I'm going with 2-2 more for the fun of it. of there could be goals in this game for sure.
We're beating them.
I just think the way that this game is, the importance of it, you could see a bit of that kind of just playing.
If these men do that, I'll be devastated.
Just rallying with
I'll
each
be
other.
devastated.
Like,
I want to see a goal fest.
This is a high risk game.
I want to see a goal fest. It's entertainment at this point to me. Like, I love Arsenal in it, but what surrounds football is waffle. Like the money, the politics, everything's waffle in it. So at this point, when I see games like this, I want goals. I don't want 0-0, 1-0. I don't want that.
Yeah.
I want people to be entertained in the stadium and everywhere.
It's not to say that a 1-0 can't be a wicked game as well, though, isn't it? Like you could have two heavyweights, as you lot are at the minute.
No, what I'm saying is we're too good for it to be 1-0. We can't go to the Etihad and stick 1-0.
Well, I don't think you can really go to Etihad and stop them from scoring.
That's what I'm saying, 3-2.
That's my only thing as well. So
we're gonna win 3-2. We got this. As long as the players turn up, don't bottle it, and actually switch on and they're aware, I'm backing us.
Do you think Jesus will play?
Kai Havertz will play.
Do you think Zinchenko and Jesus will play?
If Zinchenko plays, I'll be devastated. I'll be devastated, mate.
Why?
Because
he's waffling. Kiwi at left back.
He switched on for 15
he
minutes
was,
last
he
game.
was,
Just try him out.
He was.
If he's playing bad, then get Zinni on.
Yeah.
He's bigger than him, innit?
Sometimes
he can cause more
these
problems.
big guys, you just for corners
Spit
and
them
stuff
in
like
there.
that, just
Spit them in there.
cause problems. But
Nah, we're gonna beat him. Come on.
this is a tight game, man. This is a super tight game.
But a draw, I'll be happy with it. That's fine. But I want to beat them because we have to prove we can beat them.
As you saw against us, they are there for the taking, innit?
Yeah.
You know, cause
They give chances away.
exactly, because and if you're clinical with, as in your ball movement and stuff at the time, you're the correct pass at the right time.
Clinical.
There's so many times where balls can be played over the top against City.
Yeah.
So many times.
And I reckon Decker's
it's
going
just
to do it.
one pass. If Martinelli's out there clever enough, just wait. The ball go over the top. You're in it. We had it a couple of times against City. They are going to push right up into your half for the most part, as much as they can, because they want to dominate possession, and that's where they want the play to be, in your half. So the opportunities are always there, man. We saw it against Brentford. We were like kicking ourselves against Brentford. It was just like, you lot are doing it. You're doing the exact thing that how you should play against City. Like, if you want to play tiki-taka and let them come and squeeze and press you're going to lose the ball, and then they're going to have the ball back, and they'll keep it for 5 minutes.
No, you got to play them properly.
You have to kind of
be clinical.
You have to switch it up, man. Rice, or Jorginho, one of these guys,
clinical,
even from the centre back, a big diag.
Don't worry about it. We got
you got to pull something out, definitely. But I'm going with a draw, man. I don't know. It's just. Do I want either of you to win as well, anyway?
Not really, innit? If you're supporting Liverpool,
you know what I mean?
Not really. You don't want to.
But obviously, I want more you to win, because then that gives us, like, if we beat Brighton and then you beat City, we're both on 67. Leave City on 63. That's a bit more leeway, you know. We could even still lose a game, both of us, as long as
they'll be back in it.
Well, they'll be back in it, but as long as you don't do anything else from that, it's still in our hands, isn't it?
I just want to get out of the way.
Yeah, this is a game you just
get out of the way.
It's going to be a long 90 minutes.
Long.
Plus whatever extra time is probably added on.
Long.
Depending on how the game's going.
We'll see, mate.
It's an interesting one, man. So it's a good few fixtures here. First game back from international break. There will be some surprises in there, I'm sure. And we'll be there to see them.
Yeah.
Until next time, thank you again for watching, for tuning in from wherever you are in the world. Stay safe, and we'll see you again soon.
Thank you so much for joining us today. It's been a pleasure hosting you. Have a great rest of your day, and see you all again soon.